What's going on, guys? It's Stock Picks by Tim here, and we have quite the red day in the market. The overall market is down, small caps are down, we've just got fear all over the place, and I'm going to go over some stocks I see as a great deal to get into. So in this video, we're going to look over AMD, we're going to look at Bngo, Neo, ChargePoint, Indi. And if you don't mind hitting the like and subscribe, ring the notification bell, I definitely appreciate it, helps me out a lot. And also check out the links below for some free stocks, free crypto, and BlockFi's credit card. Now, first off, let's look at TradingView's heat map. And I wasn't lying when I said that the market was down. As you can see, the market is quite down. You know, we've got Amazon, Tesla close to 5% down, a lot of other big names down 3 to 4%, and small caps are actually doing even worse. Now, first off, a large cap, AMD, I see this as a great time to add to. They just had their earnings, blasted it out of the water, and they also gave good guidance. 6.5 billion in revenue expected for the next quarter. They got 5.6 billion for this quarter. Great stuff. I don't think this is over yet for this one. I'm extremely bullish on AMD, and you'll notice that we've been creating higher lows, higher highs. We've been in a nice uptrend so far. Ever since a couple days before our earnings, actually, we have started this uptrend. We are very near oversold. The MACD is down, ready to curl around. I think this definitely can pull back more. Of course, typically we have Fridays be the red day, so we'll see how Friday kind of goes. As you can see, we found $100 as our top. So once we break out of that 100, I see that as a great breakout trade to the upside. And to the downside, I'd want to see us break about 92, but then likely 90 would become our support. So that's kind of an iffy area. But the better way to short it would be if we were to drop down under 90, which could happen over the next few days. I personally don't expect it. I think AMD's earnings did really great. And if you want to listen to their earnings call Key Points, I will leave you guys a link below for that. It's about a 15-minute video if you want to watch it, but it definitely gives you what you need to know about AMD. And I see this one as a great long-term ad under 100, and I've also been enjoying trading this one on the breakouts just because of its high volatility. Next up is going to be Neo, N-I-O, and this is one Chinese company that I am okay with investing in. Right now we are heavily oversold, and I mean we are heavily oversold, guys. And you'll notice that we have been creating higher lows. And with Neo, I really don't want to see us establish this $16 again. I want to see us bounce from here. I don't want to break under this support. And I especially don't want to come down towards this $13 area and break that. I personally don't expect us to come to the 13. I want to see that we hold this 16 well. If you're planning on getting into Neo, you could definitely set a stop loss at around 16. And if it drops, it will likely drop farther than 16. So you can play it that way. As for playing it to the upside, $18 just about, $18.20 or so, is our resistance point. So you want to see us break that for the upside if you want to swing it on momentum or if you want to play it on a breakout. But for the long term, I do see Neo as a great ad. While it's specifically under $20, I do like to kind of chip away at it from time to time. Next up is going to be Indi Semiconductors, or INDI, and their earnings is coming out May 12th, so look out for that coming up very soon. And you'll notice that this one has been on a nice little uptrend, and you can even draw the channel, of course. We kind of have a nice channel going like that. So keep an eye on this one. If we do break under this trend line, we will likely fall further, maybe find the $7 area as a support. But you will notice if you zoom back just a little bit, you'll see that we've been establishing higher lows pretty consistently here. Ever since about the middle of January, end of January, we've been kind of hitting higher lows, slowly but surely. I personally want to see this one break about 810 so we can push farther. Just be aware that up until earnings, this will probably chop around, show a little bit of continued uncertainty. But I personally expect Indi to do well for earnings, and the executives have even said that they do expect to be on that upper end of their expectation. So that's great news. They might even beat it. They might even beat their revenue expectation. But I'm extremely bullish on Indi. They do supply the top auto manufacturers with their semiconductor chips. Vehicles are going to require more and more chips leading up to the future, and it's definitely a growing industry, growing at about a 46 compound annual growth rate. Next is going to be bionano genomics stock, or Bngo, and this one was just upgraded from a sell to a hold by Zacks Investment. And go into Bionano Genomics IR, or Investor Relations, you go to their news and events, and they just announced that they had a peer-reviewed publication of neuroscore model to predict and prioritize human genes contributing to neurodevelopmental disease. And that's a mouthful, I know. I will leave you guys a link below for this. I'm not going to get into everything. But basically, neuroscore was developed and designed by Bionano with the goal of identifying over 1,000 genes that can impact brain development. And this is a great step forward for Bngo. And be ready, because their earnings is coming up May 5th today. I will likely be covering it, so stay tuned for it. Now for Bionano on the chart, we did establish a low at the end of April at 150. I don't want to see that again. If we do break from that, we're going to create new lower lows. But just know that the RSI is pointing down, may fall further. MACD is also curling down, pointing down, looking bearish. And the candles are unable to hold over the 8, 13, and 21 EMA. However, we are in a bit of an uptrend, so keep an eye on this channel here. We may continue. Right now we are at the bottom end of it. Once we push higher, we may be above the EMAs and may turn bullish. You might want to wait today until after earnings, get the information out before you buy. Typically earnings, you don't want to just deal with that risk. Sure, you could add in before earnings, things could go great and you can make some money, and you might, feel like you miss out if you don't do that. But at the same time, you don't want to risk that loss of if earnings goes bad. Sometimes it's better just not taking that risk, but do what you want to do. Now looking at ChargePoint on the chart, you'll see that we are in this downward channel, downward wedge ever since the beginning of April. Once we broke out of it, we kind of just traded sideways. We have been creating higher lows and higher highs, and we are bouncing off oversold on the RSI, and the MACD does look like it's about ready to curl. I am liking ChargePoint at this price. I see it as a great time to add. I'm extremely bullish on their company. They are the leader in the EV charging space. They're expanding to Europe. We've been seeing increasing revenue, so get ready about a month from now when their earnings come up. I want to see that revenue break 100 million. I think they will be close to it, if not there. And stay tuned because their earnings is coming up June 2. But let me know down below in the comments what you're most bullish on this week. What are you looking out for? Thanks as always for watching, guys, and until next time, take it easy.